Hey, what's going on, guys? I am Gunter Man. Welcome to the Gunter Man Show. I want to take this time out to thank you all, guys. Thank you all for showing up once again. It's going to be another amazing week with a guest that means the world to me. Relentless Aaron has been someone that has been influential in my life from the earlies. From the earlies. Like, he is a guy, because of his example, has led me to believe in myself more, to believe if I put enough energy and effort into something with consistency, that I can make anything happen. I can make any dream come true. As you guys know, that I'm a relationship life coach, relationship with yourself life coach. I'm the host of the Gunter Man Show. I am one of the 5 guys of the Real Shop Talk on Monday nights at 8 Eastern Standard Time at therealshoptalk.net. You can follow us every Monday on YouTube or Facebook. But my foundation started as a dancer choreographer. And back in those days, I had the opportunity to become really good friends with this guy. I mean, we knew each other from times of high school, but he had an organization called 1000 Friends. And this company he designed was all about putting together Superstar USA, which was a magazine which highlighted artists from around the globe who will come through New York City. He also Doug. Hey, what's up, Tanisha? What's up? He also had a U.S. talent competition that he would run out of, I believe, White Plains, New York, as well as New Rochelle, New York. Most people know us from the New Rochelle area, but he has that type of attitude and energy towards life that nothing is going to stop him from achieving that which he sets his mind to. I would actually call him one of my early day mentors. He probably never heard me say this, but he was that example of believing. He was the guy who gave me the opportunity to host a show. It was his show to host a U.S. talent competition, where that gave me the confidence to do what I do now, today, where I host high-end private parties, high-end events all over the U.S., as well as concerts. It's because of the foundation he allowed me, the opportunity he gave me in those early stages, that gave me the confidence to know that I can stand in front of a group of people and lead them and direct them and to move them. When I stop and I think back at the love he showed towards me and how he carried me to everything. I mean, everything. I mean, he had the ability to walk into any club in New York City. Any club in New York City. He had so many connections for free. He had so many connections that we used to go to Bentley's, which was like a huge club back in the days. It was one of the clubs. And he used to do a radio show with, I think, Dr. Bob Lee. He'll have to correct me in some of this stuff because he'll probably remember it better than I would. And my first time being on the radio was with him and I joking around with Dr. Bob Lee. I remember in Bentley's that, I don't remember the DJ's name, but he's a super popular guy. I don't remember it. I'm sure he'll jump on and say it, but they cleared the whole entire Bentley's dance floor so I can dance, that I can go out there and show off my dance moves. He had a presence about him, and I'm sure he still does. We haven't seen each other, hung out in a very long time, but every time I see him, it's always love, because to me, he was the example of, like I said, of believing, of nothing stopping him from achieving greatness, for seeing outside the norm. Like, he threw a show at Memorial Field in Mount Vernon tons of people came out. People still to this day remember that event. His dad owned a popular club in the Bronx. It's just maybe all my early days, times and pictures and hanging out with artists was with him. I remember we hung out backstage at the New Edition Albie Shore concert. I'm dating ourselves. I'm talking, yes, he is truly an entrepreneur at his core. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around the magnitude and the gratitude and the honor of having this guy on the show. Such an impact. Such an impact. He is a true friend. He's a visionary. He gave me vision outside of the norm. Guys, put your hands together. Show a ton of hearts for those who know him. You gotta know him. Show some hearts right now for the one and only Relentless Aaron. Let me bring him to the screen. Let's bring him out and let him talk about himself instead of me being here in damn tears about the dude.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
I'm sorry, bro. I am so sorry. But
You good?
yeah, I really, really appreciate all the things you afforded me.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
You have impacted my life in ways that I could never thank you enough.
Wow. It's deep.
For sure.
Man. You know what? One thing that I saw in you was that you were a true.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I am Gunter Man. Welcome to the Gunter Man Show. I want to take this time out to thank you all, guys. Thank you all for showing up once again. It's going to be another amazing week with a guest that means the world to me. You know, Relentless Aaron has been someone that has been influential in my life from the earlies. From the earlies. Like, he is a guy, because of his example, has led me to believe in myself more, to believe if I put enough energy and effort into something with consistency, then I can make anything happen. I can make any dream come true. As you guys know, that I'm a relationship life coach, relationship with yourself life coach. I'm the host of the Gunter Man Show. I am one of the 5 guys of the Real Shop Talk on Monday nights at 8 Eastern Standard Time at therealshoptalk.net. You can follow us every Monday on YouTube or Facebook. But my foundation started as a dancer choreographer. And back in those days, I had the opportunity to become really good friends with this guy. I mean, we knew each other from times of high school, but he had an organization called 1000 Friends. And this company he designed was all about putting together Superstar USA, which was a magazine which highlighted artists from around the globe who will come through New York City. He also Like, hey, what's up, Tanisha? What's up? He also had a U.S. talent competition that he would run out of, I believe, White Plains, New York, as well as New Rochelle, New York. Most people know us from the New Rochelle area, but he has that type of attitude and energy towards life that nothing is going to stop him from achieving that which he sets his mind to. I would actually call him one of my early day mentors. He probably never heard me say this, but he was that example of believing. He was the guy who gave me the opportunity to host a show. It was his show to host the U.S. talent competition, where that gave me the confidence to do what I do now today, where I host high-end private parties, high-end events all over the U.S. as well as concerts. It's because of the foundation he allowed me, the opportunity he gave me in those early stages, that gave me the confidence to know that I can stand in front of a group of people and lead them and direct them and to move them. When I stop and I think back at the love he showed towards me and how he carried me to everything. Everything. He had the ability to walk into any club in New York City. Any club in New York City. He had so many connections for free. He had so many connections that we used to go to Bentley's, which was like a huge club back in the days. It was one of the clubs, and he used to do a radio show with, I think, Dr. Bob Lee. He'll have to correct me in some of this stuff because he'll probably remember it better than I would. And my first time being on the radio was with him and I joking around with Dr. Bob Lee. I remember in Bentley's that, I don't remember the DJ's name, but super popular guy. I don't remember it. I'm sure he'll jump on and say it, but they cleared the whole entire Bentley's dance floor so I can dance, that I can go out there and show off my dance moves. He had a presence about him, and I'm sure he still does. We haven't seen each other, hung out in a very long time, but every time I see him, it's always love, because to me, he was the example of, like I said, of believing, of nothing stopping him from achieving greatness, for seeing outside the norm. Like he threw a show at Memorial Field in Mount Vernon. Tons of people came out. People still to this day remember that event. His dad owned a popular club in the Bronx. It's just maybe all my early days, times and pictures and hanging out with artists was with him. I remember we hung out backstage at the New Edition Al B. Sure concert. I'm dating ourselves. I'm talking, yes, he is truly an entrepreneur at his core. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around the magnitude and the gratitude and the honor of having this guy on this show. Such an impact. Such an impact. He is a true friend. He's a visionary. He gave me vision outside of the norm. Guys, put your hands together. Show a ton of hearts for those who know him. You gotta know him. Show some hearts right now for the one and only Relentless Aaron. Let me bring him to the screen. Let's bring him out and let him talk about himself instead of me being here in damn tears about the dude.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. But
You good?
yeah, I really, really appreciate all the things you afforded me.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
You have impacted my life in ways that I could never thank you enough.
Wow. It's deep.
For sure.
Man. You know what? One thing that I saw in you was that you were a trooper. You were a soldier. And I had some others around me. Kurt Boogie, God bless him.
Yeah.
Sean
Logan,
of Budokan. There were a few people, and there were some women too. So it was a few people. They were soldiers.
Tony
A
Watts.
lot of people. I was telling Latanya about 1,000 Friends. We were the original Facebook. 1,000 Friends was the
That's
unit.
it. Was the people, like I said, visionary. You were the first of the first.
Yeah.
You know, with the magazine. Come on, the talent show where people used to travel all the way from Canada.
Yeah.
Part, remember that? All the way
Yeah.
from Canada to be a part of that show.
Yeah. We were doing a lot of original stuff. We had a magazine. We had the TV show. We had the live shows. We would create shows like the Snow Bunny competition, and for the kids, for the young, because we saw the young girls, they didn't have a place to go. The hot dog competition where we had the best of all the talent shows. We had, I mean, that was great because people knew about the Apollo, right? They'd have to go all the way to Harlem, and Harlem is really intimidating if you're not
Back
from
then.
there. But New Rochelle, we can go to New Rochelle, right? And so we did our thing, man, and then grew it up into a TV show, and then the TV show was we turned the TV show live performances at our talent shows, turned that into Superstar USA. So we went from the Westchester Talent Competition to Superstar USA because really what a lot of people didn't know is that the concert business was taking hits. There was violence at concerts and things of that nature. So nobody was trying to do live shows. So I changed it around and did more like a video show. And Superstar USA was more a global name as well. It wasn't like Westchester. It was like Superstar USA. So Superstar USA, we brought all the stars on, starting with Phyllis Hyman, of course, and me putting my foot down and turning that to Nancy Wilson and Shaka Khan, and then the stars just kept coming. And you were there. You were there
I
for
was
a
there.
lot of the performers.
A lot of it.
I was just with Les Brown the other day, and I was telling him, he was interviewing me, and I was telling him, man, you were like one of my first interviews breaking out from entertainment, breaking out from, say, singers, but like all the names, the Brian McKnights, the Rochelle Farrells, we touched everybody. Brandy, we touched everybody. It was amazing.
What's that? High five. I mean, it was endless, and we were backstage of everything.
Every show. It was like, let's go. We jump in the truck and it's go. It's like we walk right in the door. We didn't wait on lines, nightclubs.
I still remember us being at the Palladium for the auditions for the Fly Girls and Living Color Fly Girls.
You were there? That was dope. That was the beginning of Living Color. Robbie Reed was doing the casting, as a matter of fact. And I remember walking up to Robbie when she was choosing, and I says, Robbie, are you going to take that girl? Because if you don't, I want to. and she was on our show. Her name is oh man, she was in Fockers, Meet the Fockers, and she was also in a House Party 3. Oh man, I forget her name. But anyway, we gave a lot of people possibilities and gave them a stage, whether it was live stage, Mike Phillips, or TV, TV like you were on. I think you were on our TV show, Superstar USA. So it was a lot. It was a lot, man. Remember we were dancing with Morris Day. He was teaching us the bird.
The bird, teaching us the bird.
Man, those were some days, man. Those were moments, bro. I have all that footage. It's just like, what do you do with it? This is the quagmire that Ralph McDaniels is going through because Video Music Box, they got all the performances, all the interviews. We were pretty much second to Video Music Box, Video Music Box was like hip hop and we were everything else. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was great. You bring back a lot of memories, bro. It's like, and me, I was like, Renee McCrae would say, I was like the Energizer Bunny. Like I didn't know no limits. Remember the cell phones we had? The cell phones had the big antenna. Oh my God!
I remember I had the cell phone that was in the bag. Just travel around my.
Just crazy, so man.
Center your camera a little bit more so we can see more of you instead of your fireplace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
I said,
it's the foundation that you allowed me to believe in myself by hosting the show. It was Budokan, myself, Tony Watts, Lou Ramos.
Yeah, Huey.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Huey.
Huey. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, at the end of the day, we were young. We didn't have no guidance. We were kind of shooting from the hip. I wish I had guidance, where somebody say, hey, you got it. All you got to do is this, this, and this. We were on it before others were on it. The magazine we had was before Vibe. The TV show we had was before many other shows that came after. So we were really, and the concerts as well. So we were really doing the daggone thing early, just based off of, our intuition, being resourceful. That's what I tell everybody. It's really about being resourceful with your 24 hours, doing the best you can, serving.
You were doing the most. You were always doing
that's an inside joke too. My girl calls me DHL, doing hella lot.
yeah. And I know Tanisha knows a lot of this stuff too. I see her chiming in. Much appreciate you. Yeah, I don't even know where Huey is now, but I think he recently joined social media, I think. So I think I saw his face somewhat recently. Okay. So after all those experiences, all those accomplishments, you continue to build. It's like that entrepreneur side of you has continued to lead you to more and more things in life. What are you doing now? Because, I mean, if 48 books isn't staggering enough, what are you doing now that people will get to know and to get involved with, baby?
So the thing I realized is that, like, my dad passed in January, right, from COVID, but he's 91, right? And I look at his life, and he lived a lot of lives. Like, this is a man that at age 17 had his leg severed below the knee because they didn't set it right in the cast. He had an accident on a baseball field. And he got 2 years later, recuperated, got a prosthesis, went on and became a postal worker. Then he had a deli, and then he had 5 delis. And then he had like a liquor store attached to one of the delis, and he had a laundromat, and he had rental income properties, and he had the club that turned into a big, big strip club in New York. But the thing is, like, he did all of this with one leg and no hashtags, no cell phones, no websites. This is just one man managing all of that. And by the way, he sired 6 kids in all of that. So, so at the end of the day, you look at this man at 91 who we're working on we're going to do a biopic about him. But the thing is that, at 91, he's left me with like the DNA, right? So I'm brought to think and I'm brought to think and wonder, what can I do that's gonna outlive me? What is gonna outlive me? And so books is one, because books people will read for years and years, decades and decades, right? We're all reading books from back in the day, right? Films come from the books, right? So that's another thing. But the problem is that a lot of people that manage these ideas and these concepts, they don't own their stuff. Only recently have the Tyler Perry's come about where they own their stuff, right? So I'm in that space. Nobody owns any of my content. And I decided that I wanted to own my stuff. And it takes money to do that, right? So you're one of the ones that knew about credit early on, personal credit. This guy's a very good steward of his credit, guys. Whoever taught him, his mom, his dad, whatever, very good steward of credit. But me, I wasn't back in the day. But I have since come around to understand what that is. And now I'm a good steward of my personal credit. But a lot of people don't know about business credit. And so business credit helps you get 10, 100 times the amount of access to capital that personal credit does, right? So what I've done is I've built up these 7, 8 corporations that I have so that I could monetize my films.
Correct.
So in the meantime, what I've done is I've taken this credit to fortify these revenue streams. I have a couple of bed and breakfasts in Atlanta. The Relentless House is the name of it. I have a Turo business. We have 11 cars. I have 12 cars, but 11 of them are on Turo to rent. So people rent the cars all the time. And then I do a food service on Uber Eats and DoorDash. So I have a staff, a small staff, but we manage these revenue streams. And these revenue streams, all they are to do is to maintain these credit lines. That's all it
Correct.
is. Revenue streams paying down the credit lines so that I could get more credit. So now within months, I have access to millions of dollars in credit. But here's the thing, anybody can get the access, but you gotta have viable investments. And there's no better investment than content, especially if you got deals. Like you all know, or you know, I wrote a book for 50 Cent. I'm one of the original G Unit authors. I have a 3-picture deal with Bill Duke. And so I'm already in the paint, right? Bill Duke and I are partners, so he's not going to be like the owner. We're partners, so he's going to be a director, producer, but I'll be an owner of my content. And that's big, man. And if I could do that, then I could really, number one, I can have the financial power of ownership. And then number
Right.
two, I have to say so behind my content. It's not something that I got to sit back as a writer, get a little check for 25 or 50 grand, and then let the studios own it. You know, so that's what I want to do. I wrote so many titles and so many more that I conceive on a daily basis. I can't wait till the world sees, you know, what's in its mind. So
Right.
I'm doing the
We got
revenue
Faith over
stream.
here saying congratulations.
Oh, to sum it up, I'm building and maintaining revenue streams to pay down credit lines to get access to more credit, and teaching people along the way, teaching people that process.
Right. What is something when it comes to this style of business that, say, people of color we don't tap into?
We don't. First of all, we don't know about business credit. We really don't. We don't. If we know about business credit, we don't know about corporate credit. Business credit and corporate credit are two different things. Business credit, you kind of need a PG, personal guarantee, to get access to all the money. Corporate credit, they'll give it to you based on your numbers. So if you're doing $3 million a year, $3 to $5 million a year on paper, paying the IRS, they'll give you millions of dollars of lines of credit. And therefore, films don't cost that much. So I'll be able to finance my films, bring in the right talent, I already got the right producers. We already got distribution. We got everything we need. It was just a matter of taking our time and getting to the corporate credit, not the business credit. Business credit is almost like it's just an extension of personal credit. So what people don't know is that even if you have bad credit, here's what they don't know. Clean up your damn credit. Clean up your credit. We all mess up our credit. Everybody's taking hits. Clean up your credit, because with a great credit score, you have access to millions of dollars just by virtue of having a 780 or 800 credit score. You have full access. Full access. It's no longer color lines that are blurring the opportunity. Now you literally can have it all. You know, have access to all the funds. I bought so many cars in the last 2 months, Rick. I'm feeling.
I saw the
I
film
bought
of you
so many
washing
cars.
them.
I'd never imagined me walking into dealerships, telling them what I want, going in with bank letters. The bank letter said, the dealership's like, okay, we need your social security number. I'm like, what for? Well, we got to run your credit. What for? I have a letter here. So the letter, the bank is ready to pay you. Hello. Hello. So that's the kind of power that we should have access to, Rick. It's silly, but we sit around talking about reparations. The reparations are right here. They're right here in our hands, yo. So, yeah. So that's what we don't know. To your point.
Right. Now, when it comes to all the different businesses that you're a part of right now, what happened in the past? What successes did you have in the past that gave you the confidence to do what you're doing today? What was the foundation? Like how I talked about in the beginning about you. Like I would have never fathomed myself as an MC. You're talking over 20 years of MCing. I would have never seen myself as having it because I was a dancer choreographer. I remember.
So you got to stretch your horizons. Same with Mike Phillips, right? Just you know what I mean. He also came from our inner circle, and there's so many others. So a lot of people don't know, but there's a certain actress out there that I sold into early on too, and she went on and did big things, still doing big things. So
Still doing it.
thank you for that. So I say all that to say that what I took forward was number one, consistency. I learned consistency is very important on whatever it is that you're doing. Number two, relationships, connectivity, being a great connector is very, very big. But what I learned mostly in the last 14, 15 years is mastering your craft is like that trumps everything. Like people will do business with you or kick themselves in the butt, even if you're a jerk, but your talent skills are off the chain. Now, I'm not saying that you should go out there and be a jerk. I'm just saying that some folks just don't know how to communicate. We weren't taught right. We kind of left kind of fumbling the ball. And sometimes we screw up in life. We don't know how to apologize. We don't know how to say what it is. We lie a lot. And so I'm not saying it's everybody, but I'm saying the folks that are doing it, they don't know a better way. So without mentorship, which is the fourth thing I should mention, communication, right? Relationships, consistency, mastering something, and what's the last thing I just said? And after mentorship is hella important. And so the guys that are around me are huge mentors in finance, in business credit, in corporate credit, in law. I'm so blessed. I had Senator Ramsey call me today, who's now a judge here in Atlanta, wishing me happy birthday. Like, that's crazy. I could have never imagined living this life with such influential people who, you know, they're living their best life, they're mastering their craft, but somehow my energy has spilled over into them. And so that's the fifth or sixth thing is energy, your personal energy, your charisma, your your gumption, your get up and go. You know, I'm a risk taker. I go for it, you know. But add all of those things up, and that's the menagerie that I've worked up, the special skill sets that I bring forward to today that I kind of was learning back in the day to now to the point that I actually know how to manifest something and take it from an idea and manifest that into a reality. So,
yeah, what I love is that when you pursue your passions at such a level, at such a consistent, is the nurturing into these new possibilities that you now receive. I remember from back in the days how huge Les Brown was to you. Just the idea of being able to speak to him or to be simply in his presence, how huge it was. And now he's interviewing you. Let's stop and think about that.
I know.
Like that, you know how huge that is?
It's like a pinch yourself moment. It's crazy. But you know what that is? The consistency factor. Because when I met him over 30 years ago and interviewed him for our show, I was taken away, swept off my feet, and I just knew that this man had the juice, right? And all these years later, everybody, even Denzel Washington just quoted him in a speech that Denzel gave, you know. So for Denzel to even, our homeboy, for Denzel to even quote Les Brown is saying a lot. So for Les to invite me into his home, for us to be driving together, eating together, he calls me his son, his spiritual son. I call him my spiritual dad, you know. And so, but I'm a giver, right? So Les wouldn't have me around if I was like a low life, do nothing. I give. I'm a giver. I'm a server. And so, you know, he needs something. I'm there. I don't ask questions. Shoot, I took garbage out for him. I clean dishes for him. Now this isn't just something that I planned. It's just me. You know, it's me. So when he said to me, "Hey, I want to interview you," you know, that was major. He said, I don't interview too many people, but you, I wanted to interview. You know, that's major, man. It's just like, look, I've been touched. I've been touched in a lot of ways. I've been touched for a long time. a long time. I've gotten into car accidents. My life has been preserved. I've literally almost lost my life on a few occasions. Just falling asleep at the wheel. I've just been touched to meet the right people, to stay away from the people that I should not be around. Like sometimes you connect to somebody and you think they're supposed to be in your life, and then they keep showing you red flags, but you keep holding on to them, but they keep showing you red flags, and you just keep holding on to them, and you keep holding. And then so at one point, you get knocked in the head. You're like, man, I should have been listening to the spirits, the universe. I should not be around this person,
Your
because
intuition.
they will guide you. They're that energy that misguides you. Because if like me for so many years, people know I'm a good person. But I extend myself, man. I risk a lot by extending myself and putting out resources for other people, and I get taken advantage of. But I'm stronger now. I got now I got Latanya by my side. She's that ride or die. She's like, straight up, get off the phone, and we don't mean that, or whatever, So it's a beautiful thing to have a strong woman by your side.
So since we're venturing into that relationship talk, how has your success in business help you in the success of relationships?
Man, no money, no honey. I'll be honest with you. Women want a man of means. They want a man. Look, the young men out there, men in general, they arguing about who's paying the bill at dinner. My dude, if you're concerned about how you're paying that bill, your priorities are twisted. If a food bill is an issue, your priorities are twisted. You shouldn't even be on that date. You should be reading, or you should be resourcing or learning how to come up, like such as the things that I shared. I would tell you, she wouldn't even be looking at me twice if I wasn't a man of means. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can have talent. She knows people with talent. she knows way more people with talent than I do. But you could be talented and not have money. You could be talented and not have fame. You could be famous and not have money. I mean, there's so many different variables. I think I got the equal mix. I got a little bit of talent and a little bit of money and a little bit of fame. So I mean, I think that she's happy in that. That's her happy spot, because I think you said, yeah. She said, so she. I got a big heart. She says so. When I'm with
guys,
people,
so you see why I have tears, right, in the opening of the show, because he gave so much. There's no way I could talk about it and not feel emotional. You gave and you gave and you picked me up and dropped me off and took me here and took me there. You showed me a life of entertainment way beyond all the people that I danced for, and I danced for some big names.
Wow.
So for myself, like, I'm curious, like, when it comes to like relationships, like, how did this thing shape you to use that same mindset to go get it attitude in business? I'm sure that you use those same concepts with going after the connections that matter to you.
Yeah, you gotta be.
I'm not talking just simply intimate. I'm talking about the connections that matter to you.
You gotta be affirmative, number one, because there's many occasions when I see something is not going my way, and I say or do something to turn it around. So you gotta be a manifester, right? So for relationships, business or personal, I'm a manifester. Like I see a business owner, or Les Brown, for instance. This was so many years ago. I saw him on Channel 13. I reached out to his people. Boom, I'm sitting in his audience. Prince, talented guy. I need to meet him. Contacted his people. They gave me tickets, 14th row at the Spectrum in Philly. Next thing, I'm in a hotel room meeting him and members of the group. And it's so I can go over a list of people. Phyllis Hyman, people weren't grabbing on her, wanting her on her TV show. I reached out. Shaka Khan, I reached out. So I'm a talent scout. And by nature of that, it's put me, and I'm a believer in top talent. So I didn't, there's a lot of talent out there, Rick. I
Yes.
didn't go, I went after, major, like people that I felt like were really, really gifted when nobody knew about them. Nobody knew Mike Phillips. Nobody knew you. Nobody knew Rochelle Farrell, really. They didn't say her name right. They weren't saying her
Yes.
name right. So I'm just saying, like, I was there early on and I sewed into them. So it's the same thing today where I see somebody that I feel is a resourceful person that I can add to that and make it more. And so I've done that in business. And with Latanya, Latanya is special. She's a triple threat.
Okay.
She's an actress, singer, dancer. But I get to see the other side, the funny sides, and the resourceful sides, the sharp sides. And I've been with a handful of women, and and I love them. They're great people. I've had kids and etc. Great people, but I have not met a woman who floats my boat like Latanya. Like when I say like she's so brilliant, skilled, gifted, savvy, sexy, all of that, and then talented on top of it. It's just like this. I haven't met anybody like her. So and again, I had access to everybody. Shit. I was running after, like I said, there was an actress that I was seeing back in the day, and she got places, and I pushed her. She got places, but for some reason, we didn't manifest a long-term relationship. So Latanya and I have been together about 8 months. Has it been 8 months? It's almost a year now, really. It's going into, yeah, we met during COVID. Let's take the mask off,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so,
yeah.
yeah. And so it's, it's just only fitting. It's it's the just right fit. And you also have to be good savvy in your mind, a good consumer of people. Decide, hey, I want this energy next to me. I want this energy to be a part of me, and I want to be a part of that energy. So it's a certain confidence. Yes, it's a manifestation. Yes, it's a manifestation, but you have to have a determination and an intention that that's where you want to be. That's what women want. They want that intention. I asked her today, I said, we pulled up to the IHOP, and I'm in the F-150, brand new. And we pulled up next to another truck that was probably a F-150 20 years ago. So I asked her, I said, "Babe, if I pulled up in that truck, would you be with me?" Like she said, and I was like, I said, "No, you wouldn't be with me." She said, "No, it's more than that. It's like you gotta have intention. You gotta be about something. You know what I mean?" So I don't think I'd be with her if I was in that truck for a long time. There it is, right? I done messed up, right? Right. I determined that
Hey, knock your phone over.
I I deserve that one. Can I see you? Can you see me?
Nope, I can't see
Hold
you.
on a minute. Maybe I hit the hold on. Let me see something. That's funny. Look there. All right, I'm
That
gonna
is
go
too
out and come
funny.
back in. Oh, there we go.
There
There
you
we
go.
go. Uh,
Now you
so
just
I
gotta face it to you.
yeah, that's what they say. So so the funny thing is that I did face it to me. Let me see. All right, so this is what I'll do. I'm gonna go out and come back in.
All right,
Good.
done deal. The cool thing about it is when you talk about manifesting, think about this, guys. When you have the opportunity to develop that confidence regarding life, when you that intentional way of being, when you dare to believe in yourself, when you pursue to the point of manifesting, or I say attracting also, life changes for you. See, because you could have your own image of what you think a thing can or should be, but it's not until you prove to yourself that you're worthy of a thing. See, nowadays, men have a little bit harder time when it comes to women because women are out there go-getters also. They're the ones owning businesses more so than men. You have more women of color owning businesses, developing and owning businesses over these last 10 years than any other race of people in the United States. So now when you go to speak to these women and you think that you can stand on what money you make alone, when you present yourself to her, she's like, no, I need like some emotional intelligence. I need to see that you're consistent and persistent when it comes to dealing with me. Can you really stand in my inner circle? Are you going to be able to support me, encourage me, build me up, allow me to live at a place of joy and happiness and peace above what I'm already living? Let me get him on here. Let's get him here. That's it. You think money is it, but it's not it. It's so much more. You have to be able to lend your emotional intelligence now and show some
that's what
type
it
of
is.
real support.
That's what it
There
is.
you go. There you
That's
go.
what it is. Okay. The phone. Anyway. So yeah, it's yeah. To your point, I hear you. To your point, I think it's also an energy. You have to have a certain energy in your life to that attracts the like
That's what I
minds.
said. See? Attract. That's what I said when you were off. Attracting. Because it's simply, you can say manifesting, but it's also attracting. Like you're operating at a place in space. I had a conversation with a person earlier today, and I said to them, I said, if you haven't showed yourself a certain level of integrity, if you haven't proven to yourself that you are trustworthy of manifesting things for yourself, how would you ever imagine having that or believing that you could find that in someone else? If you haven't showed yourself integrity, if you haven't showed yourself trustworthy, how could you look and believe and trust that someone else, that I can trust you? Because you don't even trust yourself. You're asking for someone to do what you're not even willing to do for yourself when it comes to relationships. So when I think about how your past was full of dare, how your past was full of sight beyond the norm, I would only have to assume that when a woman or a person of business meets you, that has to be intriguing. It has to be endearing. It has to be like, I have a real opportunity, not only just to see myself with a person like this, but I myself will grow to be this better version of myself because of a person like this. And that's why I get emotional when I talk about you. Because you never look for anything in return. You don't even look for praise in return. You just do what you do and you just keep doing. You do what you do and you just keep doing. You just keep doing. You just keep doing. And if it comes back your way, hey, awesome. But you're not going to look for it. You're just continuing to be like a mentor to me. And then you look for mentors to inspire you to do the same.
That's that whole thing. To whom much is given, much is expected, right? But also, I learned early on, just being a giver. Ultimately, what's coming to you is going to come to you. So I've just been blessed to make the right decisions for the most part, the right decisions, and it's worked out. But yeah, I appreciate that. I'm a giver. That's for sure. That should be my next T-shirt, giver. So yeah.
Definitely giver. All right. So how can the audience get involved with something that you do? With all the different things you're a part of, like with a film soon to come, movies still to come, a three deal with Duke. How can people get involved with this? Or
Well,
how do they connect with you if they wanted to learn the stuff that you do? Because I noticed that you also teach this stuff.
yeah, I teach the business credit. Yeah, for sure. So I'm putting together a course for that. I do have books out now. If you're not a reader, if you haven't read any of my novels, you could go to my IG. In my link, in fact, is a link to one of my books called Extramarital Affairs. Awesome book. It probably will be my first movie. It's like my 34th novel. Huh? No, Push is coming. Push is coming, but Extramarital Affairs is off the chain. And a lot of times, so Push was my 18th or 19th book I wrote. I put it out first, because I knew it was a knockout book. It was just guaranteed to hit because everybody that read it told me that's the book. But I put it out. I put it out first, and then I started to catch up to books I wrote earlier than Push. And the thing about this is also is this: if Push was my 19th book, what did it take to get to 19? What writing skills did I learn? How much stronger was I at book 19 than book number 1? So
Right.
putting that out first was guaranteed to be a killer, and so that put me on the map. And then I've written books for other people, of course, but I'm now in a space where I'm about to get back to writing. Period. Like, because now these businesses that I run are running on systems where I'm training people to take people in at the bed and breakfast. I've got people that cook for me. I've got people that book the cars for me. I can book cars from my cell phone. I actually from my cell phone, I'm here in North Georgia in the mountains today for these 2 days celebrating my birthday. And
That's
so
right.
from my phone, someone booked a room for 4 days on hotels.com. They contacted me. I let them in the door with the code, directed them to their space, gave them the Wi-Fi code, and I'm done. And that's what I learned in the last 10 years about systems. Systems, and they're built on apps. Systems are what enable you to live your best life. I could be on a beach and I could have done that. I've booked cars. I'm at an airplane terminal in New York waiting for an Uber, and I booked a car in Georgia, somebody that needed a rental car. You understand? It was all done from the app. And
Right.
so this is enabling me to have more of my time to myself because we only have 24 hours in a day. I couldn't do this without the apps. Run a rental car agency, run couple bed and breakfast, food. You're like the octopus, right? But with systems enable you to kind of fine tune so things run smoothly and there's accountability, and it's like a blockchain sort of thing. You know what I mean? Where a number of reasons confirm that this decision or this desire is truth, right? So the same thing with a car rental. Turo, which is the app I use, confirms and gives reason why I should rent my car or one of my cars to this individual. They vetted this individual. They got their banking information in place, or they got their insurance in place. So I trust the system. So that's why I don't have a problem. Somebody wants to rent a car. I don't feel. And the other thing is this, is that you can't take your personal property personal. Like, you can't take it personal. Like, I have all these cars, but I'm not attached to them. I don't care. It's only material items. And that takes a lot because, some people, oh, I love my car. Like, when you have 12 cars and, it's like, now it's different. Now it's just different. It feels different. You could drive anything you want. I could drive the truck or the BMW or the Mini Cooper. It's different over here. But it took business credit to come here. So I'm
Right.
here. Yes, I am training people up through, I have my fiction books, but I also have a business credit guide that's coming out. It's also an accountability book. So just like you do with workouts, you write down what you did, da 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 da. This is an accountability book for business credit. I haven't seen it on the market before. And also, I'm filming the foremost professionals on credit, and they'll be coming to my platform, and you'll be able to go to my website and listen to them and learn from them, and that type of thing. So I am I'm on Instagram, Relentless Aaron, but my website, Relentless Aaron, is also attached to my IG, Instagram, relentlessaaron.net. And I'm on Facebook, I'm on Pinterest, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm everywhere. So it's Relentless Aaron, because at the end of the day, while I'm doing these revenue streams, ultimately we going back to writing, and it's going back to Relentless Aaron. Like, we were in the house today, and what happened was we were having problems lighting the fire. The fire's lit now, right? But I said, man, that is a story. Imagine if I made a fiction story out of that. And she's like looking at me crazy. We sitting at IHOP this morning, but then I'm actually manifesting the story in front of her. Nah, babe, this is what it's gonna look like. Boom, boom, boom. Then she's like, she's like, she understands. So I love creating stories, captivating stories that teach people. So yeah, the business credit, learn from me, get your money, get your business right. But ultimately look for these books and these films coming out because these books are I've heard it, but if you go on YouTube and type in Relentless Aaron testimonials, you'll see all the people that talk about my books. It's crazy, man. I don't even know how. All I can do is just I'm channeling it. You know, God has touched me. Like I said, I've been touched. I'm a little crazy, but also God has touched me to have this anointing pen, to this anointing mind, to put these stories into the universe and change people's lives. There's people on the testimonials that say, "Man, you changed my life," or there's a lot of people that talk about you changed my life. There's people that have books now because of me. There's people, oh, you're way raised. That's
Dove,
crazy.
I'm saying you have.
So you know, I am a walking seminar, really walking, talking seminar. You know, if you watch my actions and if you listen, pay attention, and you're a good steward, you literally can learn from me. And the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. So I studied Elmore Leonard, John Grisham, Sidney Sheldon in terms of my writing, right? The fruit has not fallen far from the tree. Best-selling author, New York Times, Time Magazine, all of that stuff, ABC World News. Same thing with the credit, the business credit. People are coming to me now, just as I learned from other mentors. The bed and breakfast, people are coming to me now to learn how that goes, to help them with their websites or this because it's not magic, it's experience. I can
Right.
actually guide people. Now they don't have to go through the hurdles and the hustles and the bustles and the losses and the L's that we take in life to just try to get ahead. We're just trying to get ahead. We're just trying to pay our bills, get some sustenance, get some revenue streams that are consistent, and live a little bit. Can we do that while we're here? We only got
Yes.
24 hours a day. What, 30,000 days on the planet? Or is it hours or days? I lost track. But I'm just saying, like, can we live a little bit while we're here? You know what I mean? So Dr. Kimbrough, another mentor who I followed, studied, and then partnered with, he says you could either make money or you can make excuses, but you can't do both.
Can't do
And
both.
I'm a no excuses type of guy. So that's hopefully you take that from me and you learn from my books and my characters and you see like the mind of this man and hopefully it can impress you to now you manifest business and Mike Phillips manifesting a career or a certain actress manifesting a career or you know, all these people that I touch manifesting something as a result of me. Maybe I'll be a lore somewhere in the future. People, oh, you don't know that guy. You didn't meet him while he was here, but he was this, that, the third. You know, Gordon Parks. I'm that Gordon Parks cat mixed with a little Les Brown, mixed with a little Anthony Robbins, mixed with a workhorse. There's a workhorse in there too. So,
Amen. Well, guys, come on, show your hearts. Show some hearts. Show some hearts. Show some hearts. Today's his birthday. Happy birthday, bro. I
okay.
appreciate you. I am thankful that I've gotten the opportunity to say thank you to your face.
Yeah, yeah. In this
And to
lifetime.
let you right and to let you know that though we don't speak all the time, that you have impacted my life in such a way that I am forever and eternally grateful for all the things that you have lent my mind, my 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 abilities to see greater than what was right in front of me. I can't repeat that enough. It's being able to see more than what you just see in like where you grow up isn't limiting you to where you can be and what you should have access to. You see what I'm saying? That's what I
Access, Rick,
learned.
all access, Rick.
Yeah, that's right. All access Rick. Because that's what it was. We had access to everywhere. Everywhere. So thank you. I don't want to hold you up too much longer. I want to just keep you for a good hour. Enjoy your birthday. Enjoy being up in the mountains. Tell your sweetie I said hello, hello, hello.
Yeah.
I
And
appreciate you.
that Les Brown interview will drop soon. It's gonna be done right, the editing and all of that, but that's gonna drop soon. And there's books coming, and just stay connected for real. And if there's something in my wheelhouse where I can help people with, I'm here for that as well. So that's what I do, man.
Absolutely. You know, so many of my followers are down in the Atlanta area. So I would love for you guys, if like I said, hit the little arrow up on top, let it drop down, follow him right now, and then stay in tune. Watch him, keep watching, because if he's doing movies, why not lend yourself to the ability to be a part of his movie? If you're an actress or a singer or a performer, you just never know. But trust me, if you allow yourself to be in his presence, it will make you better. It will make you greater.
You're on fire, Rick. You on fire.
All right, let me go, guys. Thank you.
God bless you.
Guts to Man Show. Follow
my dog.
Follow Relentless Aaron. Of course, like I said, 48 books and more to come. Movies to come. Do you recommend Amazon.com to purchase your books? Is that what you're saying?
Like I said, go to the link on my IG. For sure. We owners around here. We don't just, you know what I mean? We own stuff around here.
All right. Well, guys, once again, thank you so much for joining us
this
week.
Rick.
Give some love. Relentless Aaron, thank you.
God bless you, man.
Thank you. Have a great night. Peace.
All right, man. For sure.
You, man. For sure.
I'll be back.
Oh.